Now, it's been 2 years of classroom chaos and it looks like more could be on the way. From today, more than 2 million primary school children can get vaccinated if they can get an appointment.
Shall we go in? Yeah?
As young as 5 and holding mum's hand.
Keep you nice and safe for when you start school.
These primary school age kids are the first in the nation to get the COVID jab. Among them, Arlo and mum Erin.
You're bringing your kids to get vaccinated today. You're one of the first in Australia. Why?
I think it's really important that we vaccinate our children. Education is so important and all these disruptions with COVID are really, really difficult. But apart from that, we just want to keep him safe. We want to keep our friends and family safe.
Was it a tough decision for you?
No, not at all. No hesitation whatsoever. I trust the science. I'd rather they get vaccinated and feel a bit safer.
Now, KK, how are you feeling about it?
Not too bad. I don't mind needles.
There were no tears, at least outside Sydney Children's Hospital.
And what's this sticker say?
Super brave.
Super brave, there you go.
They sat there, they barely flinched. Yeah, I'm very proud of them. They did really, really well.
Did they do better than mum?
They did do better than mum. I think sometimes the kids are braver than the parents.
How did she go?
She went great.
Yeah?
Yeah, very brave.
Did it hurt?
A tiny bit.
Do you know why you got the vaccine?
Yeah, to stay safe from COVID and it would make a less chance of me getting it.
But these families are some of the lucky ones. With some vaccine shortages and a rush on appointments, school is set to go back with a mixed level of protection.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, I just want school to be a safe place. So if there are measures that can be put in place to make it safe for the kids, then I want them there.
Let's just try and get on with it. Really.
No more homeschooling? How did that go for you?
It's pretty stressful.
I'm really happy to send Harry. It's great that she's had her vaccine and I just hope things sort of go back to normal as soon as they can.
Even our trusted medical experts are divided.
I don't think we need to get concerned about how quickly we get our 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated. In particular, do not be concerned if you can't get an appointment before school goes back.
Sending children back to a classroom at the peak of a pandemic makes absolutely no sense. This announcement is not about keeping people safe, it's a recipe for chaos.
While we know COVID doesn't affect children as badly as adults, we also know the little ones are good at spreading.
It's going to be very complex, a very disruptive term that teachers are expecting.
Teacher Alice Long says she and her colleagues feel like the new front line.
In the US and the UK, we are seeing up to about 25% of teachers in schools being absent, falling sick to COVID, regardless of whether they're double vaccinated and boosted as well.
Queensland is the first state to delay the school year, but some say it's still not enough.
Got 3 kids in primary school going into grades 1, 4 and 6.
Brisbane mum Zoe is getting her kids their first dose next week.
Even if with the delay in schooling, what is actually being done in schools to make them safe? It's a really difficult situation to be in, to work out what is the best thing to do for my kids.
Build giant communal nests.
Zoe is thinking about homeschooling and even pulling her kids out of the public system for a private option. The mother of 3 wants more clarity from the government about COVID safety.
So measures such as masks, definitely in primary school, need to be considered. It's been shown around the world that primary school kids can wear masks. Ventilation, well-ventilated schools.
Principals can give leave, and they do all the time, for children to go travelling or if they want to go and join the circus. But if you ask for leave to keep your child home because you're worried about COVID, it's being routinely refused.
Lawyer Peter Vogel heads a class action where 1,000 parents are considering suing the New South Wales government.
The question I've been getting a lot in the last couple of weeks is, what's going to happen to me if I just say, no, my child's not going to school? And under the law, you can be compelled, you can be taken to court, and you can be fined up to $11,000 in New South Wales if you don't send your children to school. But That's just a completely unacceptable situation.
You know, ventilation is something that should be considered. Vaccination should be considered. Common sense approaches with density quotients should be maybe considered as well. I think these are all sort of fairly valid things to discuss.
Dr Umar Masood, the Vice President of Victoria's GP Society, says even he can't get a vaccine for his own kids. The father of three says medically it makes sense to buy time.
I think if we have to delay it by 1 or 2 weeks, I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. If we can get more kids vaccinated, I think it certainly would be worth it.
Show it. All right, we'll see you guys on the other side.
All right.
Good luck.
Say bye.
Bye.
As for Arlo, Pfizer went down a treat. In fact, Mum says he even asked for another.
We're back.
How did it go?
Good.
That was a big good down here. I got a Band-Aid there. Man of steel, yeah?
Yeah.